बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स। उम्मीद है आप सब लोग खैरियत से होंगे। एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस आवर लेक्चर नंबर 4 चैप्टर नंबर 1 assessment of total uncertainty in the final result। assessment of total uncertainty in the final result। जब हम measurements with the help of some instruments हासिल करते हैं और फिर उसको फाइनल रिजल्ट तक पहुंचाया जाता है तो उसमें टोटल अनसर्टेनिटी कैसे कैलकुलेट की जा सकती है। सो देयर आर फॉलोइंग रूल्स ऑफ calculate the assessment of total uncertainty in the final result. Number one, in case of addition and subtraction, if a number of quantities are being added or subtracted, then total uncertainty in the final result can be determined by adding their absolute uncertainties। यानी हर मेजरमेंट में जो एब्सोल्यूट अनसर्टेनिटी है उसको ऐड करके आप टोटल अनसर्टेनिटी इन द फाइनल रिजल्ट फाइंड कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल द डिस्टेंस x which is determined by the difference between two separate position measurements। यानी हम एक ऑब्जेक्ट की लेंथ फाइंड करना चाहते हैं, एक डिस्टेंस x फाइंड करना चाहते हैं, तो उसके लिए हमें उस ऑब्जेक्ट के दो पॉइंट्स को ऑब्जर्व करना होता है, इनिशियल पॉइंट एंड द फाइनल पॉइंट। एंड डिस्टेंस x would be the difference between two separate position measurements। For example, let x1 is the first position which is 10.5 with absolute uncertainty 0.1 centimeter, and the ending point of the same object is x2 which is 26.8 with absolute uncertainty or the least count of measuring instrument 0.1 centimeter। यानी ये दोनों वैल्यूज हम एक मीटर रॉड से मेजर कर रहे हैं। x1 जो है वो ऑब्जेक्ट का इनिशियल पॉइंट है, जबकि x2 is the final point। So the length of this object can be determined by taking their difference, that is x2 minus x1। So here x2 is 26.8 and x1 is 10.5. So their difference is about 16.3, and the uncertainty in the final result is 0.2 centimeter। According to the rule, absolute uncertainties are added. Hence, the absolute uncertainty in the first measurement is 0.1 centimeter, as well as in second measurement is 0.1 centimeter. So the total uncertainty in the final result is their sum, that is 0.2 centimeter। So whenever number of values are being added or subtracted, then total uncertainty can be determined by adding their absolute uncertainties। Number two, in case of multiplication or division, जब number of values को multiply या divide किया जा रहा हो, then total uncertainty in the final result can be determined by adding their percentage uncertainties। अगर इनकी percentage uncertainties को add कर देंगे तो वो टोटल अनसर्टेनिटी इन द फाइनल रिजल्ट बन जाएगी। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, in an electric circuit, the potential difference with the help of voltmeter is measured 5.2 with least count 0.1 volt, and the current flowing through the circuit is 0.84 with absolute uncertainty 0.05 एम्पियर। यानी वोल्ट मीटर से आपने पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस मेजर किया विच इज 5.2 वोल्ट, एंड करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू द सर्किट इज 0.84 एम्पियर, जबकि लीस्ट काउंट वोल्ट मीटर का 0.1 वोल्ट है और लीस्ट काउंट एम मीटर का 0.05 एम्पियर है। वी हैव टू डिटरमिन द वैल्यू ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड बाय द सर्किट। सर्किट रेजिस्टेंस कितनी ऑफर कर रहा है वो हम फाइंड करना चाहते हैं। एंड वी नो दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू ओहम्स लॉ, resistance is equal to V over I। potential difference over current flowing through the circuit. So it is a case of division. For this purpose, we have to determine the percentage uncertainty for potential difference, and it is equal to 0.1 volt, which is least count, divided by 5.2 volt, which is the measurement, multiplied by 100. Hence, the percentage uncertainty for potential difference is about 2%. Similarly, the percentage uncertainty for current is equal to 0.05 ampere, which is least count of the ammeter, divided by 0.84 ampere, which is the measurement, multiplied by 100, and it is about 6%. So the total uncertainty in the value of resistance can be determined by adding their percentage uncertainties, which are 2% and 6%. So totally it becomes 8%. Hence the total percentage uncertainty in the value of R is 8%. Value of R can be determined by using Ohm's law. आप Ohm's law की help से resistance की value को find करेंगे, and it is equal to V over I, where V is 5.2, current is 0.84 ampere. It becomes 6.19 ohms with a percentage uncertainty of 8%. यानी जो total result है that is 6.19 ohm. इसमें total percentage uncertainty या error possibility that is 8%. Here 8% of 6.19 ohms becomes 0.5 ohms. यानी 6.19 ohms का जो 8% है वो 0.5 ohms है. So finally the resistance offered by the circuit is 6.2 after rounding off, plus minus the 8% uncertainty in the final result, that is 0.5. So R is equal to 6.2 plus minus 0.5 ohms. So this is the case when number of quantities are being multiplied or divided. So in this case, you have to remember that their percentage uncertainties should be added. Number 3, in case of power factors. So in case of power factors, multiply the percentage uncertainty by that power. सबसे पहले आपने उस क्वांटिटी की परसेंटेज अनसर्टेनिटी को फाइंड करना है, और उस परसेंटेज अनसर्टेनिटी को फाइंड करने के बाद उस क्वांटिटी की पावर से उसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया जाएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल, द रेडियस ऑफ अ स्मॉल स्फीयर is measured 2.25 centimeter with the help of vernier caliper whose least count is 0.01 centimeter. Hence radius can be written as 2.25 centimeter with absolute uncertainty 0.01 centimeter, and we have to determine the volume of that small sphere. Volume, which is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cubed. So there is power 3 of radius. यानी radius की power 3 है. So for this purpose, to calculate the total uncertainty in the final result, we have to determine the percentage uncertainty in radius r, which is about 0.4%. And it can be determined least count divided by observed measurement multiplied by 100. Hence the percentage uncertainty in radius is about 0.4%. The total percentage uncertainty in volume becomes equal to, according to rule, power multiplied by the percentage uncertainty. Here 3 is the power of that particular quantity, and 0.4% is the percentage uncertainty in radius r. So the total uncertainty in volume V becomes 1.2%. Here, the total volume can be determined after putting values 4 by 3 and pi, which is 3.14, radius, which is 2.25 centimeter. So volume becomes 47.689 cubic centimeter with 1.2% uncertainty. यानी सारी वैल्यू में 1.2% uncertainty मौजूद है. So 1.2% of this measurement is approximately 0.6 cubic centimeter. So final volume of the sphere is 47.7 plus minus zero point 0.6 cubic centimeter. Hence, in case of power factor, we have to multiply the power with the percentage uncertainty. So this is rule number 3. Now, rule number 4, for uncertainty and the average value of many measurements, कि जहां हम एक ही experiment को repeat करते हैं for several times और फिर उसमें average calculate करनी होती है, तो इसके लिए total uncertainty in the final result कैसे find कर सकते? For this purpose, we have to follow these instructions. First of all, find the average value of measurements. कि जितनी भी measurements आपने हासिल की है after repeating the experiments, उन तमाम की average calculate करें. Number 2, find deviation of each measurement from the average value. फिर ये नोट किया जाए कि हर एक वैल्यू की डेविएशन एवरेज वैल्यू से कितनी है, कितनी डेविएट कर रही है पॉजिटिवली और नेगेटिवली. Number 3, then find the mean deviation by taking their average. So these are 3 instructions to calculate uncertainty in the average value of many measurements. First of all, find the average of the measurements, then find deviation of each measurement from the average. And number 3, the mean deviation is the uncertainty in the average value. So here, for example, we measure 6 readings with the help of micrometer screw gauge of the diameter of wire in millimeters. And these readings are 1.20, 1.22, 1.23, 1.19, 1.22, and 1.21 millimeter. So these are 6 readings which are measured with the help of micrometer screw gauge in millimeters. Their average becomes 1.21 millimeter. 1.21 millimeter. Now find the deviation of each measurement from this average value. So here deviation of each measurement is 0.01. If we compare 1.21 and 1.21, sorry, 1.20 and 1.21, so there is a difference of 0.01. Similarly, for second measurement, which is 1.22, and here the average value 1.21, so difference is 0.01. 1.23 and then 1.21, difference is 0.02. 1.19, 1.21, difference is again 0.02. 1.22, 1.21, difference is 0.01, and for last measurement, this difference is equal to 0. Now find the mean value of deviation. After adding all these deviations divided by number of readings, which is 6, so mean deviation is 0.01 millimeter. Hence we can write the mean diameter of wire is 1.21 millimeter plus minus 0.01 millimeter. So in case of average value of many measurements, we can follow these instructions to calculate the total uncertainty in the final result. Fifth one and the last one, for the uncertainty in the timing experiments. वो एक्सपेरिमेंट्स जिसमें हमें स्टॉप वॉच की हेल्प से टाइम को मेजर करना है, उसके लिए आपने इस इंस्ट्रक्शन को फॉलो करना है कि द अनसर्टेनिटी इन द टाइम पीरियड ऑफ अ वाइब्रेटिंग बॉडी इज फाउंड by dividing the least count of timing device by the number of vibrations. यानी आपने least count को number of vibrations के साथ divide करना है, and that would be the total uncertainty in the final result. So let me solve an example. The time for 30 vibrations of a simple pendulum recorded by a stopwatch whose least count is 1/10 of a second is 54.6 सेकेंड। यानी एक सिंपल पेंडुलम अपने 30 वाइब्रेशंस 54.6 सेकेंड में कंप्लीट करता है, और इसको हमने मेजर किया विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टॉप वॉच हुज लीस्ट काउंट इज 0.1 सेकेंड, that is 1/10 of a second. Here the time period, the time required to complete one vibration can be determined by the total time over the number of vibrations, that is 54.6, which is total time, and 30 is the number of vibrations. Hence the time required to complete one vibration is 1.82 seconds. With uncertainty, uncertainty can be determined by using this method: least count divided by number of vibrations, that is 0.003 seconds. Hence the time period is 1.82 plus minus 0.003 seconds. So this is the method to calculate the total uncertainty and the final result in those experiments where time is involved. Now the last topic of chapter number 1, dimensions of physical quantities. Each base quantity is considered a dimension denoted by a specific symbol written within square brackets. कि हर फिजिकल क्वांटिटी को, हर बेस क्वांटिटी को एक डायमेंशन असाइन की गई है जो कि एक स्पेसिफिक सिंबल पे मुश्तमिल होगी, और उसको हमेशा हमें स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स में लिखना होता है। जबकि फिजिकल डायमेंशंस ऑफ फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज deals with the qualitative nature of the physical quantity, not quantitative. It only deals with the qualitative nature of the physical quantity. For example, the dimensional unit of length can be written as capital L within square bracket. So either it is length or distance, capital L within square bracket, and the dimensional unit for mass is capital M within square bracket. For time, we can use capital T within square bracket. So these are dimensions for length, mass, and time respectively. So let me solve some examples. How can we determine the dimensional unit of physical quantity? For example, speed. Speed is a derived quantity, and it is equal to dimensions of length over dimensions of time, because we know that speed is equal to distance over time. So here we have to use dimensions for length and dimensions for time, which can be written as L over T within square bracket. So we can write LT inverse within square bracket. So LT inverse is dimensional unit for speed. For acceleration, we know that acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time. Hence dimensions for velocity divided by dimensions for time. Dimensions for velocity LT inverse, and for time T. Finally, dimensional unit of acceleration is LT inverse square. Force, which is equal to product of mass and acceleration. For mass and acceleration, we use unit for mass kilogram, and dimensions for mass is capital M, and for acceleration LT inverse square. Hence, dimension for force MLT inverse square. MLT inverse square, kilograms meter per second square. For density, which is mass over volume, so MV inverse. For mass, we can use capital M. For volume, we can use L inverse Q. Finally, it becomes ML inverse Q. So this is dimensional unit for density. Here are some applications of dimensional analysis. इस dimensional analysis को use कैसे और कहाँ पे करते हैं? So first application, we can check the homogeneity of physical equation. किसी भी equation की homogeneity check करनी हो, क्या left hand side, right hand side के equal है, तो इसके लिए आप इस dimensional analysis को use कर सकते हैं. For example, this is an equation S is equal to VT, and we have to verify that it is dimensionally correct or not. For this purpose, its left hand side, which consists of distance, and its dimensional unit is L within square bracket. Whereas on the right hand side, there is velocity and time. Dimensional unit for velocity is LT inverse, and for time there is T. So T cancel out each other, hence the final dimension on right hand side is capital L within square bracket. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. So this equation is dimensionally correct. Second application, we can use this dimensional analysis to derive a possible formula. आप इसकी हेल्प से फॉर्मूला भी ड्राइव कर सकते हैं. For this purpose, you have to follow this instruction. The success of this method for driving a relation for a physical quantity depends on the correct guessing of various factors upon which the physical quantity depends. यानी इस फार्मूला ड्राइव करने के लिए हमें ऐसे फैक्टर्स तलाश करने होंगे जिन पर वो क्वांटिटी डिपेंड कर सकती है. पॉसिबल फैक्टर्स आपने उसको पहले गेस करना होगा, और फिर उन पॉसिबल फैक्टर्स को गेस करने के बाद आप एक फॉर्मूला ड्राइव कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू.